Hello, my name is Kendra-Lynn Tripp, and I'm here to present my research project on the bilingual advantage. Nowadays, it's not uncommon for people to know or speak more than one language. In fact, it's quite common for them to know two or more. However, not so long ago, it was actually believed that exposing children to more than one language could be dangerous, according to Bilingual. In fact, it was believed that introducing them to more than one language would place them behind their peers in terms of their education and their abilities. Growing up, I was taught that there was an economic advantage to being bilingual. It could help you get jobs and just generally facilitate travel and work everywhere. I didn't know if there was a mental advantage to it as well. And that is why I decided to look into it. Growing up, my bilingual peers and I were frequently ridiculed by people for wanting to learn another language. So this was what prompted the initial want to know more about bilingualism and its advantages. But I ended up finding out more than I expected through my research. I actually found that there were several different ways that bilingualism can affect a person's brain. First off is the idea of metalinguistic awareness. Usually, bilingual children, or children who know even more than two languages, outperformed people who only spoke one language on their understanding of language structure. This suggests that it's more of a cognitive advantage than anything else. Secondly, it's shown that under certain specific conditions, working memory is actually improved by bilingualism. It is shown not only in a person's ability to actually remember in the current time, but later down the line when it's actually suggested that it could protect against age-related cognitive decline. And finally, research shows that oftentimes, bilinguals outperform their monolingual companions in certain tasks where they must be able to ignore distracting elements, such as something called the Simon task. The Simon task requires being able to distinguish between two buttons and push the correct button, matching it to a color that's shown on the screen. Bilinguals were actually shown to outperform their monolingual peers there. So here we actually have an example of the Simon task. So the picture can either show up congruently to the correct button or incongruently. Bilinguals often could hit the correct button regardless of if it was congruent or incongruent. Now, ultimately, the bilingual advantage is shown to have an impact throughout everyone's entire life, not just in the young age. Advantages of bilingualism can actually be seen within the first year of life. Now, to start off, it's actually been shown that children demonstrate an ability to perceive phonemes of all spoken languages when they're young. However, this ability fades within the first year of life as the child's language skills become tuned to the language, or in certain cases, languages, to which they've been exposed. So if they get exposed to more than one language at home early on in life, there will be an advantage to being able to determine phonemes of multiple different languages. Also, as I said earlier, it is quite possible that bilingualism can help to postpone onset symptoms of dementia later in life. This being said, it means that bilingualism could have lifelong advantages for its practitioners and not just for younger people. So I would put this research into practice by helping parents to decide whether or not to put their children into French immersion. It's not uncommon for parents to have a hard time deciding whether the advantages of bilingualism could be worth that risk. And I think that by showing them this, it would be possible to show that the benefits far outweigh any disadvantages. Thank you.